Hi, welcome to this week's episode of Dean's Destination, where this week I'm going to be showing you what I've bought and what I'm going to be doing to the van to upgrade it this week. So stay tuned and find out.
Are we different or are we the same? Are we different or are we faking? Oh, take my body. Oh, just take my body. Oh, take my body. Oh, take my
Right then, so this week I've received some things in the post. So I'm going to be able to put some more of the finishing touches on the kitchen that I've been building for the last few weeks. The weather's been absolutely scorching all week and I've been working in a warehouse for all of it. And today I've got a day off finally and the weather is absolutely atrocious. Look at this. Gloomy, raining, miserable. Okay then, so let me quickly show you what I bought. So, the first thing then, and this took quite a while to come, I was expecting this last week and I'm going to stain it last week, but this is the wood stain that I bought. It is made by a company called Village Green, and they do quite a wide range of different stains, but the one I went for was gunpowder. I've also bought some tint spray. Now it says for windows, I would never use this for windows, it's not going to work properly, but what I have bought it to tint is the backlights. The next thing I bought is some 4D plates. These will just make the van look a bit newer and they're just a bit swish, aren't they? And the last thing I bought is this cork board, so the notice board that I'm going to put on the kitchen front, I'll show you. So when everything's stained up and finished, this is just going to sit here and just break the kind of kitchen worktop up a bit. I've also got an idea as well that I'm going to buy a Polaroid camera and I'm going to put Polaroid pictures of where I've been and just keep updating it, and so it's always going to be constantly changing. So I'm really looking forward to that. I've been pricing the cameras up already. They're quite cheap, about £15–20. It's just the film that's quite expensive. I think a roll of film is about the same price and you only get to take like 8 pictures out of that. Right, so as well, last week while I had a bit of spare time, I spent some time prepping the wood, sanding it down and getting it all nice and smooth, ready to be stained. So I don't have to do that today, I can just start staining. But there is one thing I need to do, and that's just finish the skirting on the back of the kitchen worktop. So I need to cut a piece now and fit that. Better get the jigsaw out. Finished edge, we can start staining. Right then, so slightly nerve-wracking because all this hard work and it's looking as good as it is, it'll all be for nothing really if this stain doesn't work or I put it on wrong or I make a mistake. So I'm going to start now with light coats and just see how it takes really. So I think I'm going to start in an inconspicuous area so that I can see how it looks. Okay, so it's quite a lot heavier and darker than I imagined, but we've made a start now. Maybe it'll dry lighter. Let's see how we get on.
dance?
Okay then, so that's the first coat on. It's a bit patchy, it's going to need another coat. I can't see the wood grain in it as much as I thought I was going to be able to see, but overall I'm impressed. I think it looks great. And I quite like this colour against the grey. I don't think I'm going to stain that. I think I'm just going to oil it. I'm not sure. I'm going to have a think about that one, but yeah, I think it looks absolutely fantastic. Really looks good. Quite impressed. Time for another coat. Right then, so I've given it its second staining, and this is what it looks like. It's a bit darker than I thought it was going to do, but actually I prefer it. I think it looks loads better. So after I'd stained it and given it its second staining, I drove to B&Q, give that time to dry, because I needed to buy some masking tape, and I also needed to buy some adhesive tape as well, so I can stick those plates onto the back of the van. I bought some masking tape while I was there, and some hinges, because I've decided I'm not going to put a curtain on here. I'm actually going to use the piece of wood that I cut out to make a door across the bottom. I think it'll look much better. So I've got the materials I need to turn that into a door, and I think it's going to look good. So what I need to do now, because the weather's looking a bit iffy, is probably do the plates first before I start doing any of this. So I'll get the plates on.
Do you wanna dance?
Right, so that's the plate on. So the next thing I need to do is stain this. So it's had its 2 coats now, and I left it overnight to dry, so it's dry, and went to my dad's for his birthday, so happy birthday Dad if you're watching. The next thing I need to do now is get the kitchen worktop ready for a coat of varnish on the front, so then I can oil the top, because I don't want to oil the top and get oil on the sides, because then the varnish won't stick. So I have to varnish first, which means masking it off, taking all the appliances out, and then getting the rattle can on it. Right then, so it's time to start adding some lacquer now, and I've bought a rattle can lacquer rather than doing it with a brush because you can get it on much thinner, it dries better, and I've varnished stuff in the past, and for me it gives a much glossier finish. So this is what I'm going to use. It's Rust-Oleum, just a clear coat, so get first layer of that on. Okay, so the lacquer's done now. It's had 2 coats, well 3, it's had a blast over and then 2 coats on top of that. So the lacquer's nice and thick, and it should just stop it if I spill any water on it from getting any water damage or just marking it and things. So now it's water resistant. I did all around the inside of the cooker surround as well, so if anything splashes on there it can just be wiped off. The last thing I need to do is just give the worktop a final sand, and then I can put the oil on. And then pretty much done, I think. I need some hinges for the cupboard because I bought the wrong hinges, so I need to go back for some more of those. So yeah, I'll start with the sanding. Right then, so I've given this a few rough sands, and then I've used some really fine grit sandpaper, so it's really smooth now. It feels lovely. So the last thing to do is just to give it a coat of worktop oil. This is really expensive, this stuff, but I went for a natural colour, so it shouldn't change too much. I'm wanting it to stay as light as possible, really, because I think it contrasts well against the worktop. Let's see how it goes. Oh, it looks great. Already the colours are coming out in the grain. So that's the oil applied to the worktop now, and it looks absolutely fantastic. So I need to let that soak in, and while that's happening I need to sort this. So this is the cork board that my pictures and postcards, things like that, are going to get stuck to, and that's going to be, as I said, put on the kitchen worktop. But before I do that, I need to stain this as well so that the wood's a similar colour to what's on the worktop and tie it all in. So I need to get it out, get it sanded and get it stained. I think that looks pretty good. Right then, so that is pretty much the worktop finished. All I need to do is go back to B&Q, get some more hinges for the cupboard door so that opens on hinges because I bought the wrong ones. But other than that, this is exactly how it's going to look because the kitchen is pretty much finished. Let's have a look. So it looks amazing. I'm really impressed. It's what I pictured in my head, but it's turned out better, even though I've made mistakes. I'm not sure why it's better than I imagined, probably because I doubted how well I could do it, but I mean, I'm a bit lost for words, to be honest. I had an idea in my head how I wanted it to look, and it's just surpassed that idea. And I can't wait to start filling this up. So my idea is to get a Polaroid camera that develops pictures as you take them, and do one in every location and just keep adding them to the board and postcards and just different things. So I'm really keen to start using this. I can't wait, and I'm just really keen to start using it all together. But there is one last job that I need to do, and that's to tint the back lights. Right then, so that's everything that I had planned to do, and I've done it all, and it's turned out quite good. It does come at a price though. Everything needs to dry, the oil needs to soak in and then be rubbed off, and because of all that, and because of the smell in here, I'm not going to be able to sleep in here tonight. So I'm back at work tomorrow as well, because I did overtime yesterday, and so yeah, no overnighter tonight. I'm really sorry. I'm just as gutted as you might be. But also I'm not gutted, because I'm really chuffed with how this has turned out. So apologies for no overnighter, but that's everything for this week's episode. So stay tuned, because next week there will be some sleeping happening, and maybe even I might get a chance to start on the bed, who knows. But as always, thank you for watching, and stay tuned, and see me next week in a different location, which hopefully in a driveway on Dean's destination. Thank you. Bye bye.